Hello everyone. So in the last video we have studied about the code of the digital input scenario since we have started the digital input scenarios or the digital input sessions. So going further, before that I said in the last video, okay, let's have a quick look at the code, the structure of the code, because it is easy. Then we will come back to the code later after we have studied the scenarios of the digital input and circuit based things. So then when you come back again to the code, it will be easy to you because you have already seen it one time. Okay, you have already understood it one time. So this is easy actually, guys. Okay, this is very understandable. So let's move further now. Okay, that's fine. So anyway, we are supposed to study about the digital inputs, right? DI, right? So I said you can use any of the digital pins. Okay, so the analog pins excuse me guys, so the analog pins we are using for analog inputs, right? We know it. For digital inputs we can use any of the digital pins. I said you can use up to number 53. You can avoid 0 and 1. Let's avoid. Okay, let's not know why, but you can use it but still avoid. So you can use anything like this because why I say to avoid 0 to 1 is it is used for this TX-RX purpose as well, right? You can see there is something written as TX-RX. Okay, so just you can avoid for safety reasons anyway. Yes, so up to this you can use. So we can use any digital pin. Okay, so let's say I'm using the pin number 53 for the moment. Okay, so what I will do is I will give a digital input to the pin. So what can be a digital input? So what can be a digital output? 1 or 0, right? These two can be digital outputs, high or low. Or in another word, 5 voltage or 0 voltage. Okay, so digital input also can be the same, right? Because these are the two values we have for digitals or digital signals. Excuse me guys. Okay, so keeping it in mind, so our digital input signal can be either any of these value, right? 1 or 0, or high or low, 5 voltage or 0 voltage, maybe 5 voltage or 0 voltage. So let's say if you are giving 5 voltage to the particular pin, then the input of that pin will be the digital input. That means if you are having a, let's say, 5 voltage source, okay, or you can take the 5 voltage from the Arduino itself from a wire and take the wire out and connect the other side of the wire to pin number 53. So that means what? The pin number 53 is in now 5 voltage. So this state. So now if you read the pin number 53 stage using this digital input scenario code, this will print you high or 0, 1, sorry, high or 1, right? This value, right? Because digital input will not print voltage values. Okay, I just said about the voltage value because we need to understand what actually happens. So high or low, right? It will print high or it will print 1 because when we are using it the high or 1 as the output, excuse me guys, so when we are using high as the output, what happened? LED was switched on, 5 voltage was given as the output. So same thing, if you are giving 5 voltage as the input, this pin 53 will give you, if you read the pin, it will give you the value of high or low, high or 1. Okay, so mostly it will give you the value as 1 because 1 means high, 0 means low. Okay, so if you serial print, you will get 1 as the value because you are connected it to 5 voltage. Okay, let's now what you do is you go for another option. Okay, you will say, okay, I am removing this 5 voltage this side and I am taking the wire to ground. There's an Arduino ground pin. So, okay, so in other words, I am grounding the pin number 53, connecting the pin number 53 to ground. That means 0 voltage. So now obviously in the if you digital read the value, the serial monitor will have either 0 or low. Okay, normally we have the number value 0. Okay, but both are same. Okay, so these are two things and this is very obvious and easy. There's no question on that, right? So guys, do you understand up to now? Otherwise, you have to pause the video here and rewatch again from the beginning up to here. That's fine. So let it be this way. Let me ask you a question. Let's say I am not sorry guys, I am not connecting any wires to the pin number 53. Nothing is connected. Okay. So now if you read the value of the pin number 53, that means you take your Arduino without any connection, you read the value of a particular digital pin. Okay. So if you read the value of that pin, what will it be? It will be 1 or 0. What do you think? There's a problem, right? Because we didn't connect 5 voltage, we didn't connect ground, so it's not high, it's not low, we don't know. So some people may say it is 0. Okay, how do you know? We don't know. So if it is 0, what should happen then? If it is 0, that means it's almost in ground state. What should happen? If you take an LED, so let me choose a good color, dark color. If you take an LED here, okay, and you have the wire and the resistor, and you connect it to the 5 voltage, and the other side you connect it to 53. So if nothing is connected to 50, I mean at the initial state, if 53 is at 0, now this LED should be illuminating, right? Because the ground side is connected to the 53. So if you dry this out, LED will not illuminate. Do you understand this? What I am trying to say is, guys, if you are saying, okay, if nothing is connected to the pin, if the voltage value is low or 0, okay, the digital value, then the minus side of the LED can be connected to this particular pin with the plus, and resistors are connected to 5 voltage, then this LED should be on, right? But it will not switch on if you dry it out, okay? And it is obviously not 5 voltage or 1, that we know. But if you are doubt, you can create another connection and properly connect an LED. Connect an LED. You can connect the positive side of the LED to the pin number 53, and maybe with the resistor you can ground the other side. Okay, so if you are arguing if nothing is there, the pin value is digital value is 1 or high, if you are saying like that, this should switch on. Okay, so one of this should happen, right? If it is high, this should switch on. If it is low, this should switch on. But unfortunately both will not happen. Okay, so there's a problem. So let's not know much on this scenario, because you know now none of this is there. That's a problem, right? That's okay. So you know, okay, if such a thing is happening, so we normally tell it, if nothing is connected to the particular pin, digital pin, the state of the pin is called undefined. Okay, so it is not 1 or it is not 0. Okay, it is not high, it is not low, it is not 5 voltage, it is not 0. Maybe an intermediate voltage can be there. Okay, so let's say it is not high or low, it is not 1 or 0. So the state is called undefined. It is not either high or low. No, none of that is there. So the stage is undefined. Okay, so guys, just know there's a rule. Okay, or let's say you can say the rule. Okay, or in other words, let's say we never keep a pin in an undefined state if we want to use it as a digital input pin. Understand? Let's say if I am going to use pin number 53 as a digital input purpose, first thing I should do is I don't want to keep this pin in undefined state. Okay, so initially, how to remove the pin from undefined state? You have to manually give, or you have to give either one of these states. Okay, because none of this state is there, that means undefined. So how to remove the undefined, or how to get rid of undefined, is we have to bring the pin to any of the state, either high or low at initial state. Okay, or 1 or 0, we have to give it. We have to make the pin to be either 1 or 0 at initial state itself, so that it is not in one undefined state. Okay, then only you can connect your source, input source, digital input source, switch or whatever, and try to give the input and further proceed. Okay, so just remember, we cannot keep a pin in undefined status because we want to read it further. Okay, so just follow me up in the next video, guys. We will study further on the next video, guys. Okay.